or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be planning for the month of September, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So what you're seeing me do right now is mess around in Canva. I am creating just a template that I think would be cute for my lock screen, and so that is what I have done. And I do set that template for my phone and, of course, my iPad. And then normally for my home screen, I just erase all of the elements from the project that is my lock screen so that it's not busy, and I just leave it plain, and then I set that as the home screen. That was very confusing. But I've talked about this previously, and we'll talk about this more in the future. But as of right now, we are just going to hop in with planning for the month of September. We are pretty much just going to focus on my monthly spread and just kind of mapping out what we will be doing with our lives in the month of September. We'll also do some content planning, and the purpose of this video is literally to set up my planner for the month of September. Okay, so here's the thing. I recently filmed a September budget video, and it was the last video before this one. And the reason why we set up our budget, I don't know, 5 or so days before the new month gets here is because we know 99.9% of what our bills and expenses are going to be at that time. And then we also already know what our income is going to be. And we like to think that our income and our budget actually dictates what we can and can't do. So literally it tells us how much we will have left over after taking care of all of our bills and important expenses. It tells us realistically how many date nights we can go on, or what all we can do, if we can take a trip, whatever the case is. So that's why setting up our budget is most important. Now here's the thing. Because I do that, then it really makes it easier for me to set up my personal planner, because all I have to do, since I plan digitally, is copy all of the elements that I want from my September budget monthly spread and then pull it over to my personal September monthly spread. So that is what you are seeing me do right now. And then we are jumping right into planning. Now, I am using a 12.9-inch Apple iPad Pro 5th generation and a 2nd generation Apple Pencil. I'm also using a digital planner that I created for myself. It's in a second beta version. So basically I created like the first version, and then I tweaked it and made lots of tweaks. And now we have this second version, still tweaking it. And so I guess whenever I finish with it, then I will let you guys know. I have no plans of selling it, as far as, it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to, be a person who sells digital planners or whatever. That's not my goal, but I'm happy to sell it when it's finished, but I have no real details on when it will be finished, or I don't know. I'm just creating a planner that perfectly fits my needs. That's the best way that I can put it. But I do have to say, most of my sticker needs are met by the Dash Planner. So if you go to dashplanner.com or Dash Planner on Etsy, you can check out all that they have available. They have planners and all sorts of different things. And of course, they have stickers. A lot of these stickers were free to me, but I did purchase a few packs. Like I purchased the content creator pack, and I purchased the finance pack. And I think those are the only packs that I've purchased. All the other stickers were either included in a planner or included in some type of way, I'm pretty sure, or they were free. So be sure to check out Dash Planner if you are looking for digital stickers. Now, the cool thing is I actually have an Etsy shop, and for years I still do technically, but I created physical stationery products. And so I purchased a lot of different clip art and patterns and stuff from Creative Market and from Etsy and stuff like that. So now that I'm digitally planning, I get to turn all of those elements and whatnot into digital stickers. So I haven't really gone into my stash, but I did go into my stash for September. And so the florals are actually like digital elements, which I then turned into digital stickers at this point, that I purchased years and years and years ago. I have lots and lots of things that I get to reuse, and I'm excited about that. But yeah, I have this huge, large stash that is even overwhelming to go into it, but I'm going to start trying to go into it. So September, I'm going with a purple theme because purple is my favorite color. I think purple by itself is a little boring, so I am just kind of throwing in some other colors just as I prepare to transition into fall. I'm sure even though fall starts in September, I'm sure in October you'll see lots of orange and burnt orange, burnt yellow, and that type of vibe. But purple for September always does the trick for me. So let's just talk about what is happening right now. So I use Google Calendar, and I use it for various reasons. Mainly because if somebody sends me an invite, I can accept it, accept the invite or RSVP, and boom, just like that, it is on my Google Calendar. Also, things like birthdays and giving our dog meds and trash day and all of that, I can automate it on my Google Calendar. So literally, all I have to do is, put it on my Google Calendar. It's kind of like setting it and forgetting it. So what I'm doing now is pulling different elements from different tasks and reminders and things like that from my Google Calendar. That is what I am referencing throughout this video. That's where I'm getting most of my plans. However, I do get some of my plans from other places like my work calendar, which is through Outlook. You'll see I add some meetings and such from there. And then of course everything else is based off of my brain and just remembering some of the things that I have to do and plan to do. So anyway, let's just talk about the plans, shall we? Okay, so first of all, the second is going to be, well, the first of the month, I have to submit my mileage from August. So I'll do that on September the 1st or at some point, at the beginning of September. And then on the 1st, also, what was the other thing I put on there? Oh, I have a rehearsal. I am a part of the Financial Social Workers Network. If you want to learn more about the financial social work movement and the certification, even if you're not a social worker, you can still benefit from it. You can go to financialsocialwork.com. And I think I have a coupon code. So I'll try to fetch that and put that down below if you're interested in the certification. But we have lots of new services and tools and resources coming. And so we're going to do a webinar, but we have to rehearse for the webinar. So I have that on September 1st. On the 2nd, we are going to one of the fancy restaurants that we like to go to for special occasions, which is going to be for my husband's birthday. Our date night is pretty much every Friday. That's kind of like a thing, like after the work week. Okay, girl, nobody asked you. Why is my, literally, that was my Apple Watch. She never talks. I didn't ask you to look up anything. So there's that. Anywho, before I was rudely interrupted by Siri or whoever, we're going to go to this fancy restaurant for my husband's birthday on the 2nd. And then we both work in education. And I was looking up the days for football games and whatnot. Apparently, listen, you would think I would know this considering I went to, K-12, K through 12 or whatever you call it. And then I did 6 years in college. But the truth is, I'm not a sports person. So if I never went to another sporting event, it wouldn't matter to me. But apparently, I think everybody knows this but me. Most of the high school children have their games on Fridays, and apparently they have them at 7:30. So I think it's interesting that I learned that just now at 30 years old. Kind of wild. Anyway, so I think we're going to go to a game. We are going to try to go to a couple games from each of our school, because I go to a high school and I work there. That's where my main office is. And then my husband works at a high school. So we may go and try to flip flop and just be supportive. My husband does actually like sports. I would just be going to be supportive. Some of my students are on the team, apparently. I don't know. I don't sports don't cross my mind or anything related to it in any given day. I have no idea. But I think some of my students are on the football team, but don't hold me to that. So on Saturdays, we film for our podcast. We recently started a podcast entitled A Couple Facts, a Couple Facts podcast, and I will have it linked down below. You can check it out if you want. We are just, trying to gather our bearings and figure out how to do this whole situation. So we do record on Saturdays. I also film 99% of my content on Saturdays as well, because I work Monday through Friday, and the weekend is really the only time that I have to do my side hustle or my hobby, which is YouTube. And I don't really want to do anything at all that requires brain power on Sundays. So I try to cram in everything on Saturday. So that's why the podcast recording is recurring. We get up we film for our podcast. Sometimes we do multiple episodes in one sitting. So therefore, we don't have to film. Like if we know we're going out of town and that type of thing, we'll double up on our recordings. So that's ideal. But for the most part, we try to set aside time each Saturday to record for the podcast. But as you see, I am just putting in birthdays and all the events. I do plan for my content here as well. My content does change. Like one day I may wake up and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to film this patio makeover. I don't want to film whatever. I don't even have the supplies to, film the video or to create the content. So I just have to 86 it and try again another day. But for the most part, I do pretty much stick to what I say that I'm going to film, as evidenced by the fact that I have never missed a budget video upload in 5 years. So I think that is something to be proud of and is commendable. But sometimes, I just have to skip because I just, work and I don't know. It's a lot to balance. But I am taking off of work my birthday and the day after. Only the day after because it's going to be a Friday. So why would I even want to return to work? Like if my birthday were a Tuesday, I would just take off my birthday. But it's a Thursday. And then, might as well take off Friday. I do think we'll have company that weekend. I think my friend, no, I think my little cousin is coming. I say little cousin, but she's like a few years younger than me. But I think she's coming to visit. I have scheduled all of my dates. So Fridays are pretty much date nights for me and my husband. Also, I have 2 friends in this area that I hang out with regularly. So we've already planned our September dates. Even though my birthday is important to me, it's really just important to me. I don't really care if anybody really does anything for my birthday. So, like in planning the events and whatnot, or just I never plan anything for my birthday, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like my husband is, I'm sure, going to reserve this other nice restaurant that we like to go to for my birthday. But for the most part, I don't know. My birthday is important to me. I don't really expect people, I've never expected people to move mountains for me for my birthday, and I don't plan anything. Like I don't plan any kind of party or kickback or dinner. I don't do any of that. You know how some people have birthday dinners like out with their family or friends or whatever? I don't do any of that. I just want to honestly do whatever I want to do on my birthday. I want to take off work and I just want to not be bothered. And I'll probably take myself out to lunch or something, but for the most part, I don't make it this big thing, but it is important to me. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me know down below if you care about your birthday. If you don't care about your birthday, do you expect other people to care about your birthday? Do you celebrate it? I just, I can't even think of anything I want. I always want fresh flowers, so I'm sure my husband will get those. I'm always down to go out to eat and be wined and dined, but that can happen literally any day of the week. It doesn't have to be my birthday, but that's all that I care about on my birthday. It's just like not being stressed, just, kind of reflecting and that kind of thing. I don't know. It's just important to me. Anyway, we are setting up now. I'm just kind of low-key decorating the rest of the pages in my planner. So we have, I already added in the mood board. I just copied and pasted it in. I added in the habit tracker, and then I copied the habits from August and put them in September. And then I don't always track the same habits, but I do think I want to track the same habits for September. Also, I have this to-do list, which is a master to-do list, which I just copy and paste from each month. Like I bring this master to-do list with me from month to month to month, and then I write in it. And then when I complete something, I actually erase it. I don't check it off. I erase it because when I look at this, I want to see what is left to do, not really what I have accomplished. But I also have a weekly overview and a a weekly overview and a daily overview in any given month. I only use one because I only plan for the week, like one day. Like on Sunday, I plan for the upcoming week. I don't plan for multiple weeks. I don't need to save the weeks from previously. I don't even care what was on them. I just plan to kind of try to get my life together. I don't really do it so much to hold on to things like scrapbooking. Even when I was a physical planner, I would literally throw away my previous planners. That's just how I do it. So I like to keep my month simple. So I have those 7 or so sheets in each month. And the only thing I really decorate, like really, really decorate, is the monthly spreads. Everything else, I might throw some little elements here or there, but it's not this huge thing. But right now I'm planning out my content and I'm really getting in there, and I'm actually looking at my calendar, at my planner. My Google Calendar and my planner are pretty much an exact replica at this point. They just look different. And I'm actually seeing which days are going to be filming days and which days are going to be editing days, and even what days are going to be posting days. So I really get in there and I really try to plan, okay, so these 2 videos I can film on this filming day, and then I can film this one and this one on this next filming day. Just trying to, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I guess is what the saying is. So I map out all of that, and I normally film on Saturdays. Realistically, I normally edit on Mondays, and then I film on Saturdays. I edit and upload on Saturday 1 video, and then I edit the next video on like Monday or Tuesday, and then I publish it on Wednesday. So that's kind of how it works in my brain. I forgot about my work planner. So we're going in and we're marking some IEP meetings, some 504 meetings, some BIP meetings. I'm not going to do anything beyond that. I'm just kind of marking those important meetings because they stand out. These are meetings that I don't have any control over. These are meetings that I'm invited to. Looks like we've come to the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next week in my September reset routine. Bye, guys.